all they want to do is tear people's heads off and there's no rules and it's barbaric. That's not me, I'm a mixed martial artist.
Oh, great right.
They can punch,
Catches him with the left hook.
kick, knee, elbow, chokes. All of that is allowed.
You either get beaten or do the beating.
She's brave to get into the ring with me.
Well, he's 14. He's a cage fighter. But apart from that, he's a normal schoolboy.
Okay, stop, break.
Bigger, badder, uglier. They all fall down the same way.
I'm the biggest man in the UK, trust me.
Mixed martial arts. I've seen a bit of it on TV, but to be honest, I'm not a huge fan. It just looks like brawling to me. I've been given exclusive access to the London MMA scene to find out if there's more to it than that.
Stand up, mate, stand up.
Over the next few weeks, I'll be following Lonnie, a 14-year-old semi-pro, Amisha, a former judo champ turned cage fighter, and Nathan, a fully fledged professional. They've all got fights coming up in a sport where anything can happen.
I was bred to fight. I know it sounds bad, but you kind of want to hurt the guy. Kind of survival of the fittest. I'm not losing again. I felt like I let everyone down. I kept saying sorry to everyone. Even if you're hurt, you have to have the heart to carry on.
Lonnie trains at Combat Company, Richmond.
Lonnie is the future of MMA. He's the new generation of the fighter. He's been training since he was a little baby.
Jack's his coach. He's been a professional MMA fighter for 7 years.
Time! Well done, guys, good round. Stretch out. Lonnie's MMA starting to make in. Good posture, look ahead. Hey. He's one of the most talented and hard-working athletes I've ever worked with. He's already very successful, and yet he doesn't let those successes go into his head. He is the future star we're making, no doubt.
But what's the appeal of MMA, and where's it come from?
Mid to late 90s, it was just two guys who thought they were tough coming into the cage and beating the shit out of each other, really.
Headbutting each other, stomping each other out. There are people fish hooking each other, eye gouging, kicking each other in the nuts.
These days, mixed martial arts is a competition where two, I would say, professional athletes, professional fighters step into the cage.
But is it really something kids should be doing?
I don't think that would be a great testament to, us as a species if we just want to see kids fight. But I think people just want to see good athletes. I think people want to see good fighters.
It keeps me busy. It keeps me like off the streets. It keeps me from getting lazy and getting fat. I just enjoy, because everyone here is a family. So I like that part of the sport.
I get really involved. I care about my fighters. I spend a lot of time with them, so it's hard not to build some sort of bonds. Like Lonnie, who's a child basically, or Amisha, who's relatively new to the game.
Amisha only started MMA 8 months ago. As a child, she was a judo champion, but now she's training for her first MMA fight.
I'm not aggressive, but outside of, well, I'm guessing in the cage, I will be aggressive because it's a fight or flight mode, isn't it? You either get beaten or do the beating.
I do love to fight. It's kind of in my blood now. It's part of who I am.
Nathan Jones turned professional 18 months ago.
See all us guys, we're a bunch of misfits. When we're here, we're family. I think we do it for the love of the sport, you know what I mean? Win or lose, you put it on the line, you know? And that's why I love it, man.
Last year, Nathan won all 5 of his fights, and he's got another one coming up.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready for a fight. I'm fighting in just under 3 weeks. I'm fighting a really tough guy. You know, why I like the matchup is that he'll bring the best out of me. Right now, this fight's my priority.
Lonnie's parents were both fighters.
So I was always into martial arts, and I grew up with a martial arts family. That's how my mum and dad met.
Lonnie's at the gym every day after school. He doesn't get home to his mum until 8 or 9 at night.
He doesn't look Chinese at all. When you first met him, does he look Chinese? No, you thought he was English. No. But I'll tell you something, he does have a lot of Chinese in him, whether you believe it or not. Not the look, but he's got the speed, what the Chinese use for martial arts. He's got the speed for it. Right. That's Lonnie's dad, and that's little Lonnie when he's about 18 months. I knew he was going to be what he is. All I know is I just wanted a little warrior, and I got it, and I named him Lonnie. Lonnie means son of a dragon, a warlord, a dragon warlord.
What was Lonnie's relationship like with his dad?
Very, very close. Very, very close. Lonnie's dad died of a heart attack about 8 years ago. And I just told him that Daddy's died. And he didn't believe me, so I took him to see the body. And after that, he burst into tears and he walked away. He healed quite quick after that. He's definitely got fighting in his blood, definitely. I've got a fighter for a son, what can I do, you know? You want me to change it? No way.
Lonnie's dad taught him how to fish, and it's a hobby he still enjoys.
It takes away the hectic life of training and in the gym, and it gives me time to think as well.
After his dad died, school life was tough.
I was bullied at school when I was around 6 or 7. Yeah, it was in my private school. I used to come back every day with bruises, and one day the bully came up to me and I just punched him in the face, and yeah, I knocked his 2 teeth out here. I had a tooth mark right there. Yeah, I didn't get bullied from then on. If you're put in that position where you're the one getting beaten up, it's not a nice place, and not many people want to be there. But if you've gone there and you can't come back from there, then I think you've got a heart. So, like, if you can recover from those days and those bad days, then yeah, I think you can go very far in martial arts and in life in general.
Mom, I'm home.
Lisa's worried about the long-term damage to her son from repeated blows to the head.
Muhammad Ali has Parkinson because he's got too many knocks to the brain. I believe that Chinese herbal stuff can prevent a lot of damage in the future.
I don't really know.
It's to help to circulate his blood.
But you are worried about the future.
I am worried about the future, but I can try to prevent it. That's all I can do. If he wants to do it, I can't stop him. When he hits 18, he'll do what he damn well likes anyway. If the prevention is available, and I will do it, and I will try. Go on.
Yeah.
Open your mouth. Go on. Go on.
Lisa's right to be worried if the latest study on American MMA is correct. It says 1 in 3 fights result in brain trauma. And in the last 30 seconds, the loser is hit on average 18 times. So is this something kids should be doing? Dan Movaheady was the ref and the promoter who matched Lonnie's fight.
I think us as Fury MMA were the first promotion to put on for 2 14-year-olds to do semi-pro MMA. Best thing we've done. It was just fantastic. It was great. No one was booing or no one was shouting any abuse. They were all both cheering. No one was cheering just for Lonnie or just for Festus. If anything, they both gained the respect of the whole crowd there, and if anything, the MMA community that night. I can honestly say they stole the show.
Isn't it dangerous?
Nah, safer than boxing. You've got to think, boxing, you've got 2 guys standing there just punching, 90% headshots. MMA, headshots, you've got kicks, you've got takedowns. So even when someone does, yes, they take a headshot, but being taken down onto the floor, they're not constantly getting hit in the head. You know, you've got wrestling, they're looking for submissions. And as correct me if I'm wrong, but from even research up until date, there's been no deaths in MMA during MMA competition as well.
It's not quite as straightforward as that. I've found at least 3 MMA-related deaths in the last 7 years.
Davidson has been sitting up. Big overhead found its mark. Oh, great Lane. Shot after shot. Referee's going to step in, and he does. Great performance.
Yeah, I thought that was a good stoppage.
Did you see any illegal blows?
Nope.
So you wouldn't have stopped that?
Any earlier? No. Because he was covered up, he was defending himself. If the guy on top was raining down his shots rather than picking boom, single shots, if he was raining a couple more in and throwing the elbows continuously, then possibly yes, I would have.
On the 5th of March, Butu Gailan died from bleeding and swelling on the brain, 6 days after his fight in South Africa. Could that happen in the UK?
Of what? Someone dying of brain hemorrhage?
Yeah.
Anyone could die of brain hemorrhage. I could have a brain hemorrhage now.
As a fighter, you kind of have to be delusional to a degree. You know, like you have to believe that you're the best fighter out there. If you're not, why are you in the sport for? You kind of have to block out the obvious risks that you can get knocked out, that you can get hurt, that you can get injured, that you can get permanently damaged. You kind of have to block it out, because if that worries you too much and stops you doing things in the fight, you lose, and more importantly, you're more likely to get injured.
Amisha is counting down to her first time in the mixed martial arts arena, but can she handle the pressure?
She's brave to get into the ring with me.
I'm looking at the world of MMA, following 3 fighters, 14-year-old Lonnie, pro fighter Nathan, and Amisha, who's preparing for her first fight in the cage.
I think she's pretty nervous at a point, but that's normal. Everyone gets nervous that close to the fight.
Everyone is very supportive, apart from my mum. She hates it. She doesn't know the ins and outs of exactly what I do. She doesn't like it. Obviously, no one wants to see their children getting beaten up, and I try and tell her, Mum, I won't be getting beaten up, I will be doing the beating, but I tried to explain to her it's mixed martial arts. I try not to say MMA or cage fighting. Mixed martial arts, Mum, you know, it's this. I get to do judo, I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a little bit of boxing, kickboxing. She rang me straight away, she goes, I just seen this MMA fight and this guy who was bleeding from his eyebrow and the other guy just kept punching him harder and harder on his cut. And she just got really extremely distressed and worried and had to ring me straight away to make sure that it's not what I'm doing. And I was like, I just started laughing. I said, Mum, it's not what I'm doing yet.
One day, would you want your mum to come and
No.
see? You never want your mum to see what you're doing?
She wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want her to go through that. For a parent to see their kid go through that, I think it's hard. I mean, me coming from even like an Indian background, it's even more frowned upon what I do. So, there you go. A typical Indian guy probably wouldn't go for or look for a girlfriend or be with someone that enjoys this kind of sport. Vimesh has said, well, from even when we were dating and getting to know each other, I sort of put it late on the table and I said, oh, well, I do this. What do you think about it? And he just said, whatever you want to do, I'll support you in it. So he's very family orientated. I'm very family orientated. We have a lot in common. My parents have been away for a long time. He's sort of grown up without his parents as well. They're married in July. He proposed in Rome at the Colosseum. I can always fight, you know, I can fight after I get married, but can't be going in with bruises or any sort of cuts on my face.
As the weeks go by, I'm beginning to see how strong the relationships here at Combat Company are.
So in terms of like our little dysfunctional MMA family, I guess you can say I'm the dad.
Lonnie's training is interfering with his schoolwork. His mum has asked Jack to help.
I went up to Jack and I said, he's neglecting his homework. He said, no problem, I help him. I've got a degree in science. Right, I bring his homework down, you can do it with him. So as good as his word, he did.
Have you done 8 or are you about to do 8?
I'm about to do it.
Why does vaccination gives you immunity but doesn't actually cause the disease?
Is it because they inject like dead or weak?
There you go, exactly.
Even Jack's wife, Aga, trains here.
When she meets someone, let's say someone at work finds out that, oh yeah, you know, your husband is a pro MMA fighter, aren't you worried that he will hit you? What's that got to do with one another? I know plenty of pro fighters, and not one of them is a wife beater. I really don't see a connection here, but yeah, this is the kind of stigma that some of us have to face on a daily basis.
It is a journey into the unknown.
Amisha's on her way to the fight. She's about to meet her opponent for the first time.
Basically, before we decided to take on the fight, Jack, he showed me, goes, oh yeah, this is the girl. And are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I'm sure. So that's it. And I agreed. Sort of putting all my faith in Jack in that sense.
She's brave to get into the ring with me, and that's her.
Molly McCann was a boxer before MMA.
So like my base is judo, right? So I'll be fighting a boxer tomorrow. Who's gonna win? You know, the boxer or the judo fighter? But then you gotta have the skill set of everything else as well.
In Molly, Amisha will be facing a formidable opponent, one who's never lost a fight.
You walk into that cage and staring at someone like, let's have it. I know it sounds a bit like of a man at the minute, but it's still the same for girls, do you know what I mean? You want to get in there and you just want to prove that you can do it.
She tries to get up in my face, I'll smile at her. You know, she's not gonna intimidate me, so.
The official weigh-in is where fighters pose and square up to each other before the fight.
Weighing in at 124.8.
As Amisha expected, Molly tries to intimidate her.
That's it, ladies. Thank you.
This event is mainly for amateurs, and some of them have brought their families along. Every fighter has a medical check.
Your heart rate's a little bit on the high side.
The medic takes the blood pressure and heart rate with a brief medical history.
It's a very basic check, but it's just, it's something we can do to give us some idea about what's going on.
You think this is a dangerous sport?
It's got to be. Potentially, it's got to be a very, very dangerous sport.
But at this level, these are the only checks before the fight. After their 12 weeks of training, Jack and Amisha are now ready for the cage.
No love lost between these two. Both girls throwing down. Nice hip throw there.
Beautiful throw here and straight into mount. An awkward position early on. Heavy ground and pound, James.
Vicious ground and pound from the mount position. Molly Mack can't stay here for too long.
Boudia really turning it on here.
And Molly Mack's back to her feet.
Beautiful left hand in the clinch as well, and a knee to the body. Molly is so vicious, James, when she gets going on the feet.
She's really turned up the intensity here. Amisha needs to hit a takedown.
Brutal. What a finish. Amisha struggling to know where she is. A fantastic victory.
Another impressive and entertaining female bout.
Backstage, the Combat Company family are there for Amisha. After all that raw aggression, Molly's come to find her.
I'm so sorry. For what? I didn't want to knee in the face. I'm not hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm just angry.
You nearly had me. You know the ref nearly stopped it at the beginning, and you just got to take the positives and realise that this is one of them things. Losing just a part of it, but one hell of an opponent.
Thanks.
But I can't work out if Molly's being sincere or just trying to rub salt in the wound. What do you think about that, Jack?
That's sportsmanship, so I'm very pleased with that. It takes a lot as well for Molly to come over and say what she did,
And that's how different girls are to boys in this sport. Yeah. Because we've got to look after each other. No one else looks after us but ourselves.
Amisha's fiance Ramesh is here too.
You know, I'm really proud of her. That's what I can say. You know, well done. You know, you can only give what you can get. That's it. And you didn't. You made us proud.
We're in the East End, the Troxy. This is the mecca of MMA. Time for the big boys, the professionals.
I'm Dave O'Donnell, the president of UC MMA, also known as the daddy of MMA in this country. If you can't see MMA as a sport of the future, you need your head seen to. It's as simple as that.
Dave the Daddy O'Donnell has been promoting MMA for 12 years. He's hoping to bring a bit of Las Vegas to London.
I'm the biggest promoter, I'm the biggest man in the UK, trust me. You know, you should have the big lights, the big cameras, the dancing girls, the big stage. Give them the London Palladium of MMA. That's me, that's me.
London, we are live!
38 fighters have signed up.
They've got lives. Every fighter has got a wife, a kid, a girlfriend, a mum, a dad, a job, a drama.
Alexander Devonport is directing the pre-fight photo shoot.
Shadowboxing into the camera, please. Okay. A little bit more aggressive. Thanks. That's it. That's what we're after.
Each fighter has to say a few words.
Action. My name is Damas Pechukonis. I'm from Lithuania, and
They've come from all over Europe.
I was training hard for this fight.
Training hard, yeah.
Hard for this fight.
Yeah, I was training hard this fight
for this
this
fight.
Trash talk isn't easy in a foreign language.
Tony, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Very nice, very sexy. I like it. All right, thanks a lot. The best way to describe them would be gentlemen. Whoa, yeah. I asked them directly, look, you have to say something to your opponent, look directly into the camera, tell them, you know, pull their balls off, be aggressive, and they never are. They're very polite. They always want to be sportsmanlike. The fighters themselves are just gorgeous. They really are. And I think I've said too much.
It's Nathan's turn.
I've got some hell on earth sparring partners that have been teaching me to walk with the devil. Actually, let me do that again. I'm ready for this fight. I've been training every day. I'm sharpening the tools for the trade. I've got skills in the box. And I've got rounds in the bank. I've got hell on earth sparring partners that have been teaching me to dance with the devil. I do this every day, bag and tag.
Nathan Bag and Tag Jones, he's just progressed and progressed. He's got probably one of his toughest fights tonight against Makunga, and Makunga's an animal. I still bank that as probably fight of the night.
When Nathan isn't Mr. Bag and Tag, he lives in Brentford with his mum. He's a youth worker and he's studying for his second master's degree.
This is me graduating my master's, MA in sociology, and I'm currently doing an MA in youth work. I've got a middle class education, but I'm from a working class area. I was a bit too posh for the guys on the area, you know, like I grew up on the estate and the blocks and stuff. I want to be successful. I want to be a role model. I want to make a difference. I want to make my mum proud.
Here we have Nathan as representing Duke of Edinburgh's scheme. There he is there in the background there. And as you can see, there's the Queen.
Quite an honour for me to be asked because I was representing London, basically. pretty much.
An ambassador?
Yeah, I was an ambassador,
Yeah.
ambassador for the London region.
What did the Queen say to you?
Well, she said hello, asked me my name and what I did for the award and stuff, and she's really interested. We all had name badges, and mine had like fallen off like just before she came, so I was like all fiddling around trying to put it on, and I'm all sweating and stuff, and she looked at me like,
So what about Nathan's career as a professional fighter?
I don't like the combatant side of it. I never have liked that bit. But I do like the byproducts of it, the supportive aspects of it, the empowering aspects of it. But it isn't something, you know, I would enjoy watching at all. So I don't go. I have to say this, you know, because Nathan was bullied as a child, you know, from a primary school. I mean, he was followed home up to this point by, was it 2 of them or 3 of them? Three boys. They were hurling bricks and bottles and stones at him. And he was scared, he was shaking, you know, and for years he'd walk around the estate like this. And he was attacked again later on, I think he was age 16?
Yeah, 18, yeah.
Or 18.
Yeah.
He was attacked again by a group of youths again. But since he started doing this and they know about it, I mean, Nathan walks with his head held high. Nobody bothers him. So that is something I personally have to be grateful for.
I promised myself I'm not going to be a victim for anyone. You know, I had enough of running away. I had enough of looking over my shoulder. Had enough of being scared. Have enough about being someone else's joke. You know, yeah. I don't even know what I'm looking for now.
To get match fit, he needs to tailor his diet to build muscle whilst at the same time lose weight.
Bit of spinach, bit of cucumber, bit of broccoli, then some frozen pineapple, beta alanine, just helps you go for longer. This is BCAA, this is an amino acid. Do you want some? You want to try some? Are you sure you don't want a bit more? I can
taste the spinach. That's for sure.
Down it. Ooh. And there's a reason why you wouldn't get it in the shop. Because it's nasty. My mum will tell me off if I don't rinse this.
How much weight are you going to lose?
Near enough a stone. As it stands right now, I'll lose a stone. Yeah, with all this water in me, I'm about 84 kilos. It's almost like detox me, get rid of all the crap. I'll put a sweatsuit on, go to a sauna, then I won't eat dinner Thursday night, then I won't eat breakfast Friday morning,
and I'll be 77 kilos.
But for some fighters, a spinach smoothie is not enough.
People feel that they have to, not cheat, but they have to get that edge, the extra edge. People take steroids. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, some people may take other like stimulant drugs, I don't know, to get their heart racing or to get them in that mood, but more for them, because my personal belief is that they'll get you knocked out quicker.
But how common is drug taking?
Well, like steroid intake, you mean? Yeah, it's quite common. It's quite common. It's accessible and it's cheap.
Regarding steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, what is the actual rule about that in the UK?
There is no rule, mate. There is no, as far as I'm aware, there is no rule. Because there's no testing.
So is steroid use allowed?
Wouldn't say it's allowed, no. It's not allowed, but it happens. Same way as, I don't know, bodybuilders, for example. Is it allowed? No. Do they do it? Yes. I'd mostly have to say it's a grey area. There's no one's put a sign up and gone, steroids are not allowed.
Here in Britain, all these issues, drugs, safety, even whether MMA is right for 14-year-olds, are left up to individual promoters. There's no central governing body. It's one of the fastest growing sports, but it's way behind the US where it is regulated.
What about regulation?
Yeah, I think a governing body will be here soon, and I think it'll be a good thing. I think because then everyone will be operating under the same structure, you know. So when you go to events, you do have to have a post-medical, a pre-medical. You do have to be seen by a doctor. All the referees know what they're doing. All the judges know what they're judging, how the judging criteria works. Yeah.
So is that not the case?
At the moment, no.
Back at the Troxy, it's weigh-in time. Has Nathan's spinach smoothie paid off?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. And Nathan was 76.9.
But his opponent Makunga isn't finding it so easy.
Have you waited?
Yeah, I'm a key over for something.
You know, he's had to make weight. He didn't make it the first time or something like that, so he's gone to the sauna. Yeah, it should turn up.
Dave O'Donnell's called a press conference with a couple of big names, Alex Reid and Tony Giles, having a spat for the cameras.
I'll fight for nothing. How about that? Like I did last time, I'll fight for nothing. Fight Ben Smith and I'll fight you for nothing. One after the other, and I don't care.
Look, I love this with a passion, but I have massive bills to pay. If the money's right, I'll fight all day long. Fight anyone.
This trash talk is all part of the hype. Now it's Nathan's turn.
Okay, Nathan Jones. If anybody want to ask any questions for Nathan Jones? He's not that bad.
It sounds like you get on with Makunga, but are you prepared to talk any shit about him?
I like Makunga. Makunga's a nice guy. I'm not gonna chat shit because, you know, I actually genuinely like him. Do you know what I mean?
So you've been talking about bringing your A game. I brought my A game. Make sure you do it the same and make a good fight for the fans. Oh.
Just rip your clothes off. Makunga made weight in the end. Listen, as I said to you before, it's hard. These fighters go through hell to come down to the right weight.
Isn't it dangerous?
Listen, everything's dangerous. Fishing's dangerous.
I do think it's a stupid question.
There's more deaths in fishing than there ever sport.
Look, do you think it's a violent sport?
Slippery banks, they slip through over night time, icy cold water, party's over.
It's a contact sport. To be honest, I think, I know more people pick up injury playing football, Sunday football, than they do doing MMA.
The time has come.
Well, make some noise for Makunga Bunduku and his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bag and Tag, Nathan Jones.
Oh, he's in a crucifix position.
There's complete trouble now.
Finish strong. Nice work. George taps his man on the back.
You're on a big decline and the world swallows you up, and you know what I mean? But you get back on the horse and we're always striving for that high again, you know?
That's one thing I like about this sport. 15 minutes we beat the hell out of each other. Next minute we're buying each other drinks, having a laugh about it. You ain't gonna get that in a football pitch, and I told you that yesterday.
Everyone seems to be everyone's best friend in this sport. Is it just,
Do you know why? Because no, it's not for show. Because we're all here to help each other to get to the top, and that's why it's not for show. We're all here to help each other to get to the top. Yes, we do beat each other up, but that's the only way we're gonna get to the top. Here's my boy there.
I tell you what, yeah, my man put it on me, man. Pressure all the way, man.
I told you, he's a good guy, very good, very humble.
Nothing
like I
but
said,
love, man.
I'm sure he's gonna go all the way, like.
It's the end of the night. Nathan didn't win, but that doesn't seem to matter to him. Lonnie's still here, and one of the fighters has been stretchered off. The dangers of this sport are real, but that doesn't seem to put Lonnie off. He's gearing up for a grudge match against his last opponent, Festus, in K1, a kind of kickboxing.
I'm not losing again. I underestimated him the first time. I'm not underestimating him again. It's one of the reasons I train really hard, because my dad used to do it, so I just want to carry it on. When I come into the cage, in my mind, I just know he's there. And mentally, he supports me, if you know. So, I'm not losing again.
To get to the end two.
I don't fight like angry, I don't fight emotional. I'm just calm. I just try to calm my mind, so like nothing bothering me.
There's going to be people in the box.
Yeah, first out.
Everything from outside's gone. Now it's just hurt the guy. Like after your hand's been lifted up, after you've won, it's just like one of the best feelings in the world. Everyone cheers for you, the crowd go wild, everyone's on their feet. And it's just an amazing feeling.
You just seen excellence from both of them two kids, two 14-year-olds winning them. People try and say that, oh, kids shouldn't be doing this sport. They just showed every adult in there, these semi-pros, these young kids winning there, because that's dedication, that's talent, And that's what it is. It is what it is.
Everybody out of the venue!
The police have stopped the show. There's been a brawl, but in the audience, not amongst the fighters.
Come on, man.
All further fights are cancelled.
CFC's cancelled.
Yeah, CFC's cancelled as well.
Unbelievable.
So have I changed my mind about this sport? Well, I've come to respect the fighters, and I understand why they do it. Although it's obvious there are huge risks, especially to kids. But tonight, Lonnie's a hero, and who would take that away from him?